Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach Today. I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB, super pumped. It's Monday, episode 4686, ready to take it on. We've got a great week this week talking about happiness. It's going to be a lot of fun, and obviously this is something we are working on together, is to find that joy, right? That positivity, that happiness, that you can live life with some really, really awesome energy. And we're going to do that this week. I've got a big week. We're going to talk today about finding happiness. I got some tips for you. Tomorrow, we continue living untethered. We're into part 6. I'm absolutely loving this book, really helping me understand happiness, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about that tomorrow as we continue. It's actually a good chapter for this week. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about a smile a day keeps the doctor away. Going to have some fun on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, I answer your questions and give you updates of things that are happening here. Friday, we're going to talk about humor and happiness. We're going to laugh a little bit. As Sir says, if you're not laughing, you're not learning. We want to laugh a little bit. Saturday, we've got some happiness tips continuing from today. And then Sunday, we're going to talk about one of my favorite words, and that is bliss. If you just think about that, it's hard to really be negative when you think about having bliss in your life, right? So we're going to talk about spiritual bliss. So it's a great week to be alive. It's a great day to be alive as we get ready to go after it. And the first thing we got to ask is happiness important? Is being happy, that happiness that we have? Well, we've got to learn what true happiness is, right? And one of the things we got to be careful is seeking external validation. I've been really studying social media, changing the algorithm as we talked about last week, and using it to help me instead of hurt me. And in doing that, I've been seeing a lot of people doing things for external validation, and especially young people, and these videos and all kinds of stuff, like just people posting photos for external validation. They're trying to get the dopamine hit of the like. They're trying to be happy through an external process, right? And we've got to be careful of that, because we can all fall into that, where we are searching for things to help us through external validation. So true happiness is an internal event. So we're learning that from the untethered soul. But if we think about that, when we really find true peace, and peace is what I truly believe success is, when you can sit there and you know things are okay. And the truth is, they're always okay. No matter what's burning and the fires and everything's going out, your life is where it's supposed to be because it is. And that's a very deep statement. That's a metaphysical statement. As a metaphysician, that's in the study of being, it's part of why we're here, is to experience what we're experiencing. As Singer talks about in the book, it's taken millions and millions of years to get to this particular moment. And there's awesomeness in that. So when we realize that, we can find peace in the moment of knowing that we are at the particular time in the particular space of what we're supposed to be in. But we're in this societal machine or system now where it's external validation. And we got to be very cautious of that, because seeking happiness from an external point of view, as we're learning, is not going to bring that joy. Now, I will tell you that money can help you with this, though, even though it's external. I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical and say that when you start purchasing things and doing things, that money is not going to make you happy. There's truth to the fact that things don't bring happiness, because it's an internal situation. But when you don't have the stress of financial pressure, it does make it easier to be stress-free and less and more happy. So I don't want to be hypocritical here and say money doesn't buy happiness. It really doesn't, because it's eternal, but it can help, right? And so when you have success in business and you have success in the things that you're doing, it really can bring joy to your life. For example, last week, I'm working on moving to a new home, because I'm going to be staying in Indiana a little bit more time. And so I'm getting this farm. I'm excited about it. We're getting ready to close on the 19th, so it's coming up. In doing that, I needed to get the other home ready, the lake house. So I remodeled the bathroom. Now, here's the situation. There is nobody out there that I can get to do any work right now. Everybody's so busy in this town that you can't get anybody to do any work. So guess what? I did it myself. And was it work? Yeah, it sucked. I had to do drywall. We had this smell, so I had to cut PVC pipe. I had to redo the plumbing for the PVC pipe, and then so that it vented out better, and I did that myself. Then I had to put drywall up. I had to go buy a vanity and a mirror. I had to sand the drywall, mud it, sand it, paint it, and then put the drywall in and put the mirror in and redid the bathroom, and it came out fantastic. Okay, now I'm not a plumber, I'm not a drywaller, I'm not a painter, but necessity forced me to do that. Was I happy doing it? No, it was scary at times. I cut the pipe wrong. I had to recut the pipe. I had a neighbor come over and help me and get a sharp pipe fitting and put it on there. But the accomplishment at the end of doing that was so amazing that I feel sad. I literally felt sad for those people that don't have the ability to do anything. And they're paralyzed in their mind. There are a lot of kids today, and I can tell you because I got family members in their 20s that can't even start a car, basically, right? Let alone remodel a bathroom. And I am blessed with that ability. And some people would look at me and judge me and go, why are you finding satisfaction in remodeling a bathroom? Because I did it myself. I took my time. I understood. I watched YouTube videos, and I frickin' did it. Okay? And so that made me happy. It made me happy knowing that I have the ability to do things, and you have the ability to do it, right? You can do almost anything that you want to do if you just put your mind to it. And again, we've talked about that. You're not going to play in the NBA. You're not going to be an NFL superstar, but you can do a lot of other things better by being positive and being happy, like playing golf. I'm now a golfer. I coach professional golfers. I have fun with it. It's become part of my life. Now I'm manifesting a lake house, and now I'm manifesting a bigger one with a studio in it so I can build my YouTube channel and have fun, and it's just awesome. So I'm not going to say money and time don't buy happiness, because I wouldn't be able to remodel the bathroom, one, if you weren't here, because you are supporting my mission, and two, because I had the extra money to buy the lake house to then fix the bathroom. So these things are critical in understanding happiness and why it equates to what we do here on Morning Coach, because as we create more money, it can come into our reality and focus and help us with the things that we're accumulating. And as long as we understand that and we aren't seeking external validation, going out and buying the Lamborghini because you want everybody to think you're successful, right? Putting stuff on social media because you want everybody to think you're successful. And look, at some level, we all do it. Whether it's showing our kids are doing great or our family's doing great, we're all striving for external validation. I'm realizing as I get older and I study this more and more and I get more into it, this is what drives people more than anything. It's why at work somebody can give somebody a title and not a raise, because they're looking for external validation, right? So being happy, there's a lot of different components to it. It is an internal situation as we're learning from living untethered, that we need to detach from everything and just allow things to occur and find the wonder in the moment. Because if we're complaining about things that are happening, we have no control over, it's just bringing misery and disrupting our peace. And remember, peace is what it's all about. If we can find peace, as the Course in Miracles says, I could choose peace instead of this, that's where the strength comes from. It gives you the clarity of mind to make the proper decisions. Why have I quit drinking? And that I drink very rarely is because it affects my decision making from the standpoint of affecting the dopamine that is in my brain, and that doesn't allow me to make proper decisions. I get emotional, I get frustrated, and I just don't like that feeling. I'm not here to judge you or tell you to make those specific changes. That's for me, okay? And that self-awareness that we talk about, by observing yourself, you start to realize the things that we need to work on, the things that we need to change to bring that internal happiness into our life, to start to guide and to really shift the things that are happening in our life through our plan that we're doing, the Get It Done Now plan, to start to manifest the things that you want in your life. And I'm living proof of that. I've said that from the beginning. There are those of you that have been here with me for 17 years. I am living proof of this ability of planning and executing. I am nothing special. The only thing special about me is that I just do it. And I'm willing to make mistakes. And I don't think that's special. Maybe that's Forrest Gump. Maybe that means I'm not as intelligent, right? But the truth is, I know that if I keep going out there and doing things, I'm going to learn what I don't want and what I do want. And as I do that, I manifest different things. Like this house that I'm in right now, this lake house is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I spent a lot of time in it, and I'm like, man, I'd like to keep it, but I'd have to remodel it. It doesn't have enough space. I don't have a studio. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of an echo. I've got my good microphone, but there's probably a little bit of an echo. And as I looked at other places, I'm like, man, I need more space. And now I've got like 4,000 square feet compared to 650. It's tremendously different with the studio already built in. And so in the next couple of weeks, once I get over there, probably, September, 3 weeks from now, this show is going to sound a little bit different because I'm going to be in my studio, which I've never had in 4,686 episodes. But I'm manifesting that and a YouTube studio. So it's really cool, the things that are happening. And it's coming because I'm starting to understand true happiness, be at peace, and being true to myself. And understanding it's an internal event, but the external things that are happening that we can use and manipulate through planning can help us shape the reality that we want in the external world. So that internal battle that we continue to have with the mind and the heart, and we're going to get into that tomorrow because we're starting to get into the depth of the book, but understanding those two components, that when we have the external world, the mind and the heart working, emotion, energy, when we get that core alignment working, as I've always taught with the Sacred Six, and the Get It Done Now plan, those are the things that are going to fire us up and really make things work for us. And we've got to execute on that, right? And the thing is, it's not going to be a perfect trajectory. Mine has never been. Look, 3 months ago, I bought this house. Now I'm selling it and buying another one. I mean, there is no perfect trajectory. I wish there was. I wish everything would hockey stick. We talk about that in business, that a hockey stick is, if you've ever seen the sales chart, it kind of goes, and then you see, but a hockey stick is the sales chart's going up, and all of a sudden it just shoots straight up to the sky. We all want that to happen. I mean, I hope my Shiba Inu does that at some point because I got my butt kicked with that, right? So I'm holding on for dear life because I got destroyed last year. But that's okay. That's investments. That's totally different. I'm not a financial planner. That's my risk bucket. For those of you that are new, I do everything within percentages. So I have a very small percentage that I put in tremendously risky investments. And that's definitely a risky one that I've got some cash in, that if it does come around, I'll be real happy. If it doesn't, it's okay because it's extremely volatile and risky. And understanding that you have those things. And again, I think that equates to happiness, right? Knowing that I have buckets and percentages that I can throw money into. And when money comes in, it allows me to not have that stress that others do. It also allows me to take shots that others can't. And why is that? Because I'm executing on the plan that we talk about. I understand the percentages and the money that's coming into my life. I understand the things that are happening, and that organizational flow of things brings happiness, at least for me. I'm a little OCD, so I like things clean and neat and organized. That's me. That's everybody's got a different personality. We're as unique as snowflakes, right? I've always said that. Your birth is a miracle. Just for you to be here is amazing. That should bring you happiness. I mean, for that to happen, for you to come into this material manifest on this big mound of dirt was freaking awesome. So when you start to realize these things, then all of a sudden it brings more joy into your life by understanding it's an internal event. It's not about external factors, but having the external organized and focused and manifesting experiences you want, that's freaking brings happiness. I mean, I remodeled a bathroom. I should have paid to have it done, but again, nobody's here to do the work. So I did it, and there was nothing like the joy and satisfaction of working with your hands and seeing the work that you did and then doing it right. Just awesome, right? And so you can find happiness in so many moments. I look over at Neil. I just see happiness. 8 years, 7.5 years old. And there's some nostalgia there because I realize I'm not going to have him forever. So I need to be happy with him now, right? Just like this life. Steve Jobs used to talk about how death was such a great motivator because you're not going to be here forever. So let's get off our ass and do some things today. Let's be happy. There's no reason we can't be. It's an internal event. But let's use the systems and structures and the plans that we've put together here to make the external better so that we can have that external happiness and really go after it. Okay? So I love you. Go out there, have a fantastic day. Let's keep the energy up. Let's focus on the positivity. And tomorrow we're going to get back into Living Untethered Part 6. Fun day. let's go do it to it and just keep rolling. I mean, it's just, you got to get in here. This is why I do this every day. So you've got the plan and the path. I've got everything for you to help you find that peace and happiness that you deserve. I love you. Go do it to it. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on morningcoach.com.